Hello and welcome back, my dear students. How are you doing today? I am Anushka, your computer teacher, and today we will be learning about animation using the software Animate CC. Now, this is really fun chapter because you will be learning how to animate objects, how to provide motion to an object, how can you change the font of a text, how in an animated way, or how can you change the shape of an object, of a text, and so on and so forth. So why is this important? Because it will teach you the basics of animation, and for some people, God knows, if you really enjoy animating this using this software, you can make a professional career out of it. Because today these days there's a lot of demand animating things, of creating YouTube videos using these animations and like that. So there's a lot of requirement for these things, which is again a great career option for many of you. It can be. So in this video we will learn how we can add layers, how we can rename them, hide or show, or we can do all these various animation effects. So let's begin. So first and foremost thing to learn is what is a layer. So layers are like the transparent sheets of plain glass stacked on one on the top of the other. With the help of these, you can draw and create objects on one layer without affecting the objects on the other layer. So the basic idea is that one layer is like a plain glass and another layer acts the same. And so the layers are like layers of glasses stacked onto top of each other. So this is layer 1, this is layer 2, layer 3, and if we place them, stack them together, they act like it. So we can create something on layer 1, we can create something different on layer 2, and then we can merge them, then we can put and stack them together so as to create a unified effect. So let's see what else is written here in the text. So with the help of one of these, you can draw and edit objects on one layer without affecting the objects on the other layer. The layer on the top is the highest and the layer on the bottom is lowest in the stacking order. Yeah, that's right. You can see the stacking order in the timeline. So when we animate, we have something in the UI which is called a timeline. So in the timeline section, we see our layers here. So that's the layer name. So by default the layers are named like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So layers help to place and animate different objects independent of each other. Yeah, that's what we just discussed, right? So to draw, paint, or otherwise modify a layer or folder, select the layer in the timeline to make it active. So when you click on one layer, it makes it active. Now you can make changes, you can draw, paint, or modify a layer after you select that layer. A pencil icon is also present here next to the layer or folder name in the timeline, and which indicates that the layer or folder is active. Only one layer can be active at any time, although you can select as many as you want to. Now adding a layer, you can add as many layers as you want. So when you create an Animate CC, which was formerly called, so previously or formerly it was called Flash Professional CC document, now it is called Animate CC. It contains only one layer when you create an Animate CC when you make a project from the new. To organize an artwork, animation, or other elements, you can add more layers. The number of layers you can create is limited only by your computer's memory. So that is independent of the program. It depends only on our computer's memory, as layers do not increase the file size. Please mark this here, students. It's also present. The question is asked in one of your exercises, that does creating as many layers as we want to, does that increase the file size of our SWF file? So SWF is the format. So .swf is the file format of the Adobe animation files, right? So only the objects that you place into the layers add to the file size. So do mark it, students, that layers do not increase the file size, but the objects that we animate, that we place, that we add to the layers, that increases the file size. And by default the name of the first layer is layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and this is the naming system, right? When you create a layer, that it appears above the selected layer. The new layer becomes the active layer. So when you create a new layer, it becomes the active layer, which means what changes you will be doing will be happening on the active or the newest layer. That's it. So to add a new layer, click the new layer button. So this is the new layer button here, like this. It will create a new layer, and then you can also lock or hide your layers in the timeline section. Cool. Then you can also rename a layer. What you can do is you can just double click on the name of the layer or the folder in the timeline, and then you can enter a new name. Or additionally, you can just go to timeline, select a layer, and then just click and right click. So right click on the layer, and then you will be able to edit the name and click on OK. Right, so you can hide or show a layer. This is the icon, icon, so it looks like I, which is why it is icon, and it helps you hide or show any layer. Cool. Then you can also lock a layer. So what does locking does? If you wish to avoid any further changes to the content added by you in that layer, you can just lock it. So if you have made a lot of changes in a layer and then you want to save the layer from further damage of or further changes, you can just lock it. So this is in the timeline, you will see a lock icon, and then you can click it and it will lock the layer. You can delete a layer and just go and click on the delete layer in the timeline. That's it. Now we will study about the other features such as masking, tinting, tweening, and like that. So what is masking? It's a process which is performed using a mask layer to selectively hide and display the content on the layer. So by masking, we will be able to selectively hide or display the content on the layer. For spotlight effects and transitions, use a mask layer to create a hole through which the underlying layers are visible, right? And a mask item can be filled shape or a type object, so this can be called as a mask item, right? Group multiple layers under a single mask layer to create a sophisticated effect. Creating a mask layer. So open a new file. So these are the steps that you will be using to create a new mask layer. Draw an aeroplane and using the fill color and the property inspector color it. Cool. Double click on the layer and type the name aeroplane. So this is the way you will rename the layer. You will go to the timeline and then you will select the layer and you will just rename it. Choose the selection tool and tools and select the aeroplane. So you will have options to select this object. You can paste it here. Now convert the aeroplanes to a graphic symbol by selecting the modify, convert to symbol. Right, using the selection tool, drag the aeroplane towards the bottom left side of your work area. So you'll have to just drag it, and then you will drag to the bottom left side of your work area, like this demonstrated in this figure 2.5. Then you'll right click on the frame 1 and create motion tween, which will help you create and demonstrate the motion that you want your object to take. So now once you've selected that create motion and tween, you can select the aeroplane from here and then you can drag it from your mouse to the top side of the stage, right? So this is the way that you will be creating a masking layer. Now in the step 9 says that insert a new layer and rename it as a mask. Select the rectangle tool and pick the fill color. Draw a rectangle shape in the center of the stage. Right click on the mask layer and select the mask option from the context menu that appears. This will convert the layer to a mask layer and the tween layers gets indented underneath. So now both the layers are locked automatically. And to select and see the animation that you've done so far, you can press Ctrl and enter, or you can also go to Control from here and you can just test movie and in animate, right, to preview the animation. So that's just one way to mask the layer. Do practice on your systems as well, or you can also watch a YouTube video about this. Now if you go about the onion skin feature, so it allows you to see a faint ghost image of the previous frame, which helps you in placing the image for the next frame. So what is the relevance of using onion skin? So for example, we want to draw a rocket, and when we want to move the rocket into different angles. So what we will do, so simply we'll draw a rocket here and then color it. Now we will drag the rocket in different angles and we can see here ghost image of it, right? So that's the feature called onion skin. And when we will animate and drag and drop our rocket, we will see various onion skin images which will help us create a very interesting effect. Then we have tweening. It comes from the word between. So tweening means in between. Now again, do mark this here because it's being asked in your exercises in the questionnaire section. Through tweening, you can go from one keyframe to another keyframe and specify changes in the animation. It is used when you need to change the shape of position of the object at a fixed interval of time. And tween animations have smaller file sizes. So what a tween animation can do, it helps you provide motion, right? You can go from one keyframe to another keyframe and specify changes in the animation. Now for example, we want to demonstrate a motion of a car, of an object. So select frame 1 and draw a color and object. Let us say it's a car, and select the object and right click on it. Now choose, you can also do that by pressing F8. It will convert it to a symbol. Now select any other frame on the timeline and click on insert frame. Now hold the shift key and select all the frames between the first and last frame. Right click and choose the create motion tween. Now you will be dragging your object from left to right and simply you will have created a motion. Now car will, when you press Ctrl and enter, your car will be moving from left to right. That's it. Now we will see what is the feature, that is motion guide. So motion guide helps you move an object in a defined path instead of making an object to move along a straight line, right? It follows an arbitrary path. So arbitrary means that we are selecting the path, we are creating the path on our own, unlike specifying for the object to travel in a straight line or to travel in a zigzag line, right? So arbitrary means that we are creating the path. It can be as complicated as we can want it, right? I'll just erase it up here. Now let's look at the steps that we have to take. After we have converted our object into a symbol, now we will enter the name as bird, and we'll look at step 4 and step 5 as what they say. So insert timeline and layer to create a new layer on the timeline, and now rename this layer to the flying bird. Select the pencil from the tools panel and select the stroke color from the properties panel. And now's the time to actually draw the path on stage that the object will follow while in the motion. Choose the selection path and double click on the path to select it. Now choose the selection tool from here and double click on the path, right? Now select edit and cut to remove the path. Now you will be editing and taking the path from here to select to paste it onto another layer. Click on the layer bird, right click on frame 1 and choose create motion tween option from the context menu. Now step 9 and after we follow these steps, we will be seeing the bird and its arbitrary motion, right? That's what happened. Now we will look at the next feature, which is shape tweening. It is a type of animation which is used to transform the shape of an object into another. Simply put, if we start with a circular shape, we can change the shape of this object into rhombus or something like a curved parallelogram or a triangle, right, using this shape tweening feature. These are the steps mentioned here that we'll be following. Now we have tint tweening, which is nothing but a feature provided to us so that we can change the color of an object, most preferably a font. For example, we will look ahead here in this example to convert the text color to a more lighter version to it. Do read these steps and it will be all clear to you. Another thing is we have text shape tween. It lets you convert one shape of text into another shape in creating an animation. In shape tweening, you can convert an object into a symbol. To create a text shape tween, follow these steps. So these are the steps that we'll be looking forward to and create something like this. So when we have an inserted keyframe here, what will it do? It will convert all them into. So after the step 5, we'll select the break apart option, and then text each text will be converted into shapes. And then with what we can do is, we can in the final step, what we will do, we will play our animation, and we will see that all the letters are dancing, all the letters have changed their shapes, right? So that's about it. We have learned the basics of the Animate CC software, and we'll just recap it a bit from here. So layers are like the transparent sheets of glass stacked onto each other, right? They help you to place and animate different objects independent of each other. So if you make changes in one layer, that remains in that, and if you make changes in another layer, that remains in that, right? It just does not collide or make changes in another layer. To organize the artwork animation, you can add as many layers as you want. There is no limitation, and layers do not increase the file size. Masking is a process which is performed using a mask layer to selectively hide and display the content on a layer. Onion skin feature allows you to view an outline of an object in any number of frames. What does motion do? It helps you move an object into a defined path. What is a tint tweening feature? It allows you to change the color of an object. And tint tweening works only on symbols, right? So we have to, even if we have a text, we have to first convert that into a shape using F8 using the F8 shortcut. Now do look at these exercises, and for example, fill in the blanks. We have dash means in between, so it means tweens means in between, tweening. Dash are like transparent sheets placed on one on top of the other. That is, the answer is layers. The active layer on the timeline is indicated with a dash pencil icon. So there's a pencil drawn on the icon, and then there's a cross. So we will write that with a crossed pencil icon. CROSSED. That's crossed pencil icon. Okay, to change the color of an object in Animate, dash is used. So which feature is used? We use the feature of tint tweening. Tint tweening. Cool. Dash selectively hides and displays the content on a layer. So masking is done to selectively hide or show or display contents of a layer. So with that, we have done the fill in the blanks exercises. And if you find any problem, so by the way, this is the symbol that we were just talking about. So that denotes the active layer. Cool. Now with that, if you find any problem, and if you find any problem or have any doubts about it, just let me know in the WhatsApp or in the comments. Thank you children. Bye bye.